Good afternoon and welcome back to the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon. My name is Bags from Midwest Family. Thank you guys so much for all you've done for donating to this awesome cause over the course of the last 48 hours. We got 2 left. We are done here at 6, so we want to make sure we keep them phones ringing. We want to make sure that we get as much money coming into this incredible cause as we possibly can. You want to make that donation, you can give us a call, 608-784-KIDS. That is 608-784-5437. You can also donate online at aroundrivercity.com if you're more of the online type of people. So those are the ways that you can donate and get the ball rolling. Like I said, we only have a couple hours left. I know a lot of you are starting to get off of work now, and maybe you've been listening to us all day long and been thinking like, hey, once I get off work, we're gonna get that done. So get her done, as they say. So moving right along, we got another awesome family to introduce to you guys and talk to you. I've got Tessie here. Tessie, you want to introduce your family?
I am Tessie. I have my husband here today, Grant. He's probably not going to talk much. Mason and Ethan, who just got a blood draw, so he is currently picking at his gauze.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You know, what are you going to do? We are the Hurd family. We're from Blair. We started with CMN way back in October of 2014. Our son was born at 37 weeks. And we thought he was going to be just fine because that late in the pregnancy, you don't think much of it. But he was, initially right after he came out, he struggled to breathe. That was our first inkling that something might be a little different with him.
Breathing is kind of an important thing to be doing.
It is very important, I thought. Yes. So he was kind of struggling a little bit. He wasn't moving. And they quickly whisked him away to the NICU. And they were like, look, we're not sure what's going on with him, but we definitely think something serious is going on with him. Yeah. So then we stayed in the NICU for 18 days. And through those 18 days, we got meal vouchers from CMN. We got a gift card, or not a gift card, a voucher to get just basically whatever we might need through that NICU stay and through Mason's diagnosis. Because at 3 weeks old, Mason was diagnosed with something called Prader-Willi syndrome.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because I was going to fail at pronouncing that, so thank you.
It's normal.
They took the weight off my shoulders on that one. Tell us a bit about that. What's that do?
So initially, they really struggled to eat. Mason came home on a feeding tube. He didn't move. He had to do therapies weekly to help him just like learn to move his body and do normal baby things. And then they have low muscle tone. They struggle with cognitive delays, developmental delays. They also are chronically hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you're having difficulty eating, then
yeah, and then that changes to chronic
obviously
hunger,
going to play a part in it. Now, I did have some questions as I was looking at my notes for you guys. There was a couple of things that I've never heard of, and I know many of the people watching and listening probably haven't either. I'm seeing on here that some of the things that are funded by Children's Miracle Network hospitals is an angel sense monitoring. What is that?
Yes. So our 16-year-old tends to like to take some unattended walks. That's what we call them.
I get it.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying he should. I'm saying I understand.
So we have to keep a pretty close eye on him because he would kind of take off while we were sleeping and whatnot, and we would have to try to find him. And the Angel Sense monitor tracks where he's going and will alert us if he goes outside of his boundaries.
So you have like a certain set kind of range to,
yes,
yep. If he gets past that, I imagine a beep or something.
Oh yeah, and then our phones get alerted. Our phones get alerted. Yep.
Awesome. Is that super common? I mean,
with Prader-Willi syndrome, it can be because they will try to go and find food anywhere they possibly can.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I understand.
I guess I should back up and say that we also adopted a 16-year-old with the same genetic condition. Yes. If you're wondering where we went from 7 to 16.
So you had one. And then you must have seen him, and then...
So I was actually scrolling through Facebook one day, and the Prader-Willi Syndrome Association had shared this profile of this 12-year-old boy. And I thought to myself, because me and my husband had talked about probably doing foster care and adopting later in the future, but we weren't necessarily prepared to do it at that time. But then I saw his profile, and I sent it to my husband, and I was like, I think we need to look into this. And he said yes, and it's kind of been history since then. And that's you.
That's you.
Oh, you got to say hi?
Me.
That's me.
And you guys were saying he wasn't going to talk. We got him to.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried that if he gets the microphone, He'll talk. Yes.
Hey, you know what? That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk, and we're here to learn about some of these things and kind of get a feel for why we continue to do events like this. Now, another thing that I had a question on.
You need to come sit down. Oh, he wants to shake your hand.
Oh, no problem. Hey.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Bags.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, man. If you listen to 95.7 The Rock, we can hang out a little bit more.
They like your truck.
They like our truck. We do have a very nice truck.
Yes.
That is it's pretty fun to drive too. We should take it for a ride sometime.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So they provided us with that car seat to help take some of that burden off of us.
That's fantastic. So, what do the kids like to do? Let's talk about their fun, their interest, because like part of the reason that we do this whole thing is that it's not just about treating kids and their illnesses. We want kids to feel like kids again, you know.
Yes.
So what kind of things do they like to do?
You can say it, Mason.
I play in a park.
Play at the park. He likes to play at the park.
You
And
and my son both. My son loves the park.
Dance.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a little guy too. He loves going to the park.
Okay, what do you like to do, Ethan?
I want to find wrong.
He likes to find frogs.
Likes to fried frog. You know
That's
what?
another reason why we need the angel sense, because we sometimes like to go find frogs.
Yeah, gotta go check out. I'm gonna go look for some frogs.
There was a time in March we found him about 3 miles away with his goggles. And he was ready to go find frogs.
Well, hey, he had the goggles
He
on.
did have the goggles.
You had to have the foresight to, like, if I'm going looking for frogs, I might get wet. You know, hey,
It's never a dull moment with
that kid's
us.
going places. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
He did. Sometimes too many places.
Sometimes too many places. Again, if you guys want to donate to this incredible cause, there's many ways to do that. 608-784-KIDS. That is, again, 608-784-5437. Or, of course, you can go online with us, aroundrivercity.com. So you mentioned that one of your Ethan's adopted, right?
Yep.
So you had one.
We had one with Prader-Willi syndrome, adopted another one with Prader-Willi syndrome.
Adopted another one.
And then we actually just this February adopted another little boy who's severely autistic and visually impaired.
Oh, so this is
Number 3, yeah.
You're taking them all in and kind of taking it incumbent upon yourself to be, kind of taking care of these kids
Yes.
and making sure that they have.
It's so worth it. Like, it's sometimes the most exhausting thing, but also the most rewarding thing. And I really wouldn't even change my boys for anything. Like, if there was some sort of way to change them, I don't think I would. But CMN has made even coming to that feeling that much easier, just because they give us the opportunity to not necessarily worry about portions of our life that could be extremely stressful. So like if we have to come for neuromotor clinic, they come in and just give you a gas card just because they know that it's a long way. We come from Blair.
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
a bit of a drive.
Yeah. So they provide us with that. We had a couple broken bones over the summer, if you can imagine, because we have 4 boys.
That's completely.
We have 4 boys and 1.
You said enough right there.
Yeah. So our Ethan broke his leg back in May, I think it was, and then Mason broke his bone. His arm the day Ethan got his cast off. Mason broke his arm.
How do they accomplish that?
Yeah, it was talent. They love their orthopedic guy, Colton. We just saw him this morning.
Oh.
Yes, so they're obsessed with him.
Broke arm too.
You broke your arm too? I don't remember that, but he broke his arm too. So yes, but CMN has helped us not worry so much about all the little things. And if something does come up where I'm like, okay, well, we have like just this next 3 weeks, we have like 11 appointments.
Yeah.
And we're coming from Blair. And so if I were to just ask them like, hey, how can we get some help here? They'd be like, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's something I mentioned earlier. With we here in La Crosse, for those of us here that actually live in town, we don't really think so much about a trip to the hospital because it's literally like right here. I live within 2 miles of 2 of them.
We envy you.
You guys are very much a different story, and that's why these donations can really help for, like I said, a lot of things that that not necessarily you would think are that it will come to your mind when you're thinking about caring for kids like this. Is there any other I guess interesting things that things that maybe other people don't think about that CMN helps you out with?
I guess they've helped us with so much. It's hard to put a finger on that. Just like the peace of mind that we get, and then when we're coming in and we have how many kids? 5. We have 5.
5.
To be exact. If we were to be like, hey, we're going to be at Gunderson all day long, we could easily get meal vouchers to help.
And that's a big chunk of your day, especially with the drive.
A big chunk of our day, a big chunk of money.
You've already got, you've got whatever it is you're going there for that particular day.
Yeah.
And then you think, sometimes you get so busy you don't even think like, oh, I haven't eaten since like 6 this morning.
Yes. That happens quite often. Yes.
At least it's taken care of, as very well it should.
And actually just recently my brother had a baby, and he was born and he had the cord wrapped around his neck 4 times and tied in a knot. And he was born without a heartbeat. They did CPR for 30 minutes and they were able to bring him back, but things weren't looking good for him at all. And CMN paid for them to stay at the hotel right across the street from Gunderson. So if anything serious happened, they were able to come over here. If they were to call and say, hey, you guys need to come say your goodbyes, which they were told numerous times, they were literally right across the street, which was a huge peace of mind for them. So they haven't just helped us, they've helped my family.
Yeah.
I've actually had 2 other NICU nieces and nephews, and CMN has actually helped with every single one of them. So it's
been an ongoing thing with CMN, not just helping you and your family, but your family.
CMN is a family affair for us. Yeah.
So I imagine you feel really grateful. Not just for the stuff they've done for you, but really a lot of your people in your family.
Incredibly. Like, I don't know what we would do without CMN, and how my brother and sister-in-law would have been able to manage being all the way in Galesville if something serious were to happen and they would have to come to the hospital, or my sister-in-law had a C-section and having to come over here quickly. Like, it's just, there's so much that I don't think people realize what CMN does. And the peace of mind they're able to give families like ours is like incredible. I don't think we could function without them.
And the peace of mind is something you really can't put a price on.
No, and especially with 3 kids with special needs and the amount of time we're at Gunderson and the amount of things that could pop up, there's a very real possibility that like something unexpected pops up, as usual, like broken bones and whatnot.
Yeah, and there's going to be more.
There's going to be more, and we know for a fact that if we were just to call them up and be like, we are struggling, we need assistance with this, they would be there in 3 seconds.
Absolutely. Well, at all of this help that CMN has given you, and not just your family, but your extended family, most people all of that is possible because of events like this and because of people like you out there listening and watching to us at AroundRiverCity.com who make these incredible donations. So we have about an hour and 45 minutes left in the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon. You want to make those donations, you can do that a couple of ways. You can give us a call, 608-784-KIDS. Again, 608-784-5437, or you can donate online at AroundRiverCity.com. So, Tessie, Grant, Ethan, Mason, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for telling us about your story. You guys got something you want to say goodbye with?
Do you have a joke? No.
Oh,
no, he doesn't have a joke.
He had talked this up so much that he was gonna have all the jokes and play all the pranks. No. What do you have, Ethan?
Ethan looks like he's thinking for something.
You got it?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess we don't have anything.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes the inspiration doesn't hit when it needs to. Again, the children.
Why does a frog hop?
Why does a frog hop?
Said. Oh, that was the joke. That was the
joke.
That was the entire thing. You didn't see that one coming.
Why do they? Why don't they walk like
the rest of us? Why did a dog in the road?
Why did the dog cross the road, huh? Why?
Because it walking around.
Because it walked around. Woo!
There doesn't need to be anything more to it. Again,
for your jobs,
to make a donation, call 608-784-5437. That's 608-784-KIDS, or at AroundRiverCity.com. We'll be back with more on the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon. My name is Bags from Midwest Family.